Ocean County has a storied past that many people are unfamiliar with. However, thanks to the work of historical author Steve Dodson, that history is being brought into the spotlight. When asked to comment, Dodson said he prefers to remain a man of international mystery. For him, his books do all the talking, and it shows. Through his writing, the country's rich history has been brought to light. Dodson's work emphasizes local stories that might otherwise be forgotten. To better understand his impact and dedication to his roots, we sat down with Ocean County historian Tim Hart to discuss Dodson's contributions.
Steve Dodson deserves this award uniquely for collecting in a concise and readable, accessible manner over 200 years. Steve Dodson was nominated by Cynthia Correntz of the Tuckerton Historical Society, and the commission accepted her recommendation and awarded him this honor. And I don't think there's anybody in the history of all these awards we've been giving. I think at this point there are like 50 of them, and no one has ever deserved this award more than Steve Dodson. One of the things that is so remarkable about Steve Dodson is that he, through his editorship, unearthed documents all the way from the American Revolution through to the present day. He organizes the articles in a way that you can tell a story from the beginning to the middle and the end. All of the articles that may be over a year or more are grouped together so that you can actually follow the story from beginning to end. I would say you really can't say you have a pretty comprehensive library of local history unless you have Steve Dodson's books.
Because of Steve Dodson's exceptional journalism and editorial expertise, the Tuckerton Historical Society has greatly benefited.
Tuckerton Historical Society has benefited from Steve's work because he has tied together many of the literally loose documents they had into an accessible, clear, concise record. Ocean County has benefited because the southern part of Ocean County, from Lacey south, I would say, generally gets the short end of the stick as far as research is concerned and interest, because there are many more people in the northern part. And so this is just a treasure trove for whoever is doing research, a gift he has given to people who've lived here. I've had older people sit and read one of these books. My wife read through one of them, and she was fascinated by all these old stories. But it's readable, it's accessible. I really can't even think of a topic that you would want to research that you wouldn't want to reference these books. So it really has enriched the whole environment for research. This really elevates all of the work that the people did in the Tuckerton Historical Society. You can't really say you're doing research on Southern Ocean County without referencing these books.
The significant contributions Steve made to the Tuckerton Historical Society and the lasting impact he left on Ocean County, the legacy he has left is nothing short of legendary.
Steve Dodson's work is a legacy for Ocean County. I cannot imagine it ever being equaled. This is something that he permanently has created a legacy for what was happening from the perspective when it was happening. I don't know of any other source for that. Steve Dodson has significantly changed how history is seen and consumed in Ocean County because it's accessible. It's one thing, whether it's me or whether it was Pauline or whoever it is, we can read a whole bunch of stuff and we can give you a conclusion and say we think this is what was happening, but it's much better to go back to the source. This is what people thought was happening at the time. I believe that the research that Steve Dodson has put together, and I'm sure there's more, really is the backbone of trying to understand Southern Ocean County. And I think much of it, Price Sisters' Diary, Leah Blackman, and these books, what did they think? Why were they doing it? What was their motive? Provide that. And I just think it's absolutely remarkable. He has left a legacy that'll be very hard for anybody to match.
From books to works of art, Steve influences the people around him by giving readers something to indulge in through the lens of local history. This is Brady Stevens from Southern Regional High School. This film is funded in part by the Ocean County Cultural and Heritage Commission from a grant from the New Jersey Historical Commission, New Jersey Department of State.